When we think about hiring, our minds usually jump to resumes, skills, and past experience. But what if the most important piece of the puzzle is something you can't even see on paper? In this explainer, we're going to dive into a method that puts human psychology right at the very center of recruitment. It's called the HRHPNLP method. And this quote from the source material, man, it just lays it all out there. The core argument is that the biggest screw-up in hiring isn't picking someone with the wrong background, but completely failing to understand the person behind the resume. That's a pretty big idea, right? It totally reframes the whole challenge of finding the right people. So to really get our heads around this, let's first dig into the problem this method was built to solve. What exactly is hiring's biggest mistake? Okay, picture a typical interview. It's really good at checking the boxes, right? Verifying skills, talking about experience. That's the tip of the iceberg. But what about all the crucial stuff hiding below the surface? We're talking about a candidate's actual mindset, what truly motivates them, their deep-seated behavior patterns, and the psychology behind how they make decisions. These are the things that really predict long-term success. This slide really gets to the heart of the matter. The whole idea is to shift focus from a person's track record, what they've done, to a much deeper understanding of the individual right now, who they truly are. And, well, to figure that out, you need a whole new playbook.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what about the solution? Well, that brings us to the psychology-based method at the core of this whole thing. It's called the HRHYPNONLP method. Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? That's HRHYPNONLP. But the name actually gives us some clues. The source material defines it as a certification program that's all about one thing: the psychology of the interview itself. So this thing isn't just one concept, it's really built on three big pillars. First, you've got Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or NLP, which is all about understanding the language of the mind and how successful people operate. Second, there are the core principles of behavioral psychology. And third, it's all grounded in modern recruitment strategy. So it's not just theory, it's meant for the real world.
So who is this actually for? Well, it's aimed at pretty much anyone in the world of HR. Whether you're just starting out, you're a recruiter trying to level up your skills, or you're an experienced HR professional who wants to be more of a strategic leader. Okay, so what really makes this different from, any other HR course you could take? Well, the key thing here is moving beyond the standard operating procedures and focusing on a whole different level. This comparison just spells it out perfectly. On one hand, you have traditional courses. They teach you the mechanics, the process, the workflow, the how-to. But this method, it's all about teaching the human psychology inside that process. It's a fundamental shift from the what to the who. And don't think this is just a bunch of textbook theory. Not at all. It's designed to be super practical. We're talking real interview simulations, hands-on analysis of candidate psychology, digging into actual case studies, and practicing how to spot behavioral patterns, all to get you using brand new communication strategies. Right, so you're doing all this practical stuff. But where does it get you? What's the end game? Let's talk about the transformation the program actually promises to deliver. So the way it's laid out, there's this clear path you follow. It starts with learning how to decode what's going on in a candidate's head. From there, you learn to spot those hidden motivations. That then lets you have completely different psychology-based conversations using really powerful questions to get to their true potential. And the end result of all that? Better engagement with candidates and ultimately making much smarter hiring decisions with real confidence. And wow, this quote really nails the ultimate goal. It's not just about becoming a better interviewer. It's about developing a more profound ability to actually understand the people you're talking to. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Our final section is all about the program structure and the details you'd probably want to know. So here's the breakdown. It's a 3-month program, all done through live, interactive sessions. It includes practical exercises, a certification at the end, and even internship opportunities. Plus, there's ongoing support through a WhatsApp group and a community of your peers. And on top of the main course, you get a bunch of bonus tools to take with you. This includes their own psychological interview framework, a guide with 10 powerful questions, a guide for observing candidate psychology, and another one all about mastering communication in recruitment. So you might be wondering, who came up with all this? The program was created by Debasmita Basu. The source material points out her background as a recruitment strategist and a certified NLP practitioner with more than 20 years of experience, which really explains that unique mix of psychology and real-world recruiting at its core. Now, what's with that big number 5? Well, that's actually a pretty huge detail. To make sure the mentoring is super personalized and deep, each group is limited to just 5 people. That's it. And if you're curious about the timeline, the source material gives a specific launch date. The program is set to kick off on March 25th, 2026. So after digging into all of this psychology-first approach, it leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? As the world of work keeps changing, will the most successful companies be the ones that learn to look past the resume and truly master the science of understanding people? Is the future of hiring really all about psychology? It's definitely something to think about.